Calling him Little Tickle? Is that it?
A little tickle.
You can't touch this. Those pants.
Yeah, man. Very, very MC Hammer.
Yeah, man, hopefully your hammer will get touched, buddy. Did your hammer get touched last time?
I think it did.
No,
If wearing those pants, it did. You're pretty confident wearing those pants.
no.
Like those are third base pants, aren't they? Third base pants?
He means the band.
Yeah. He doesn't even know who third base is. Probably loves rap and doesn't even know who third base is.
I have no idea.
Vanilla Ice, then came a band called Third Base.
I will say those pants don't. You're not supposed to tuck in shirts with those pants.
I know. And
he's learned. Now he's learned. Every time Ben's in the room, he's got to have a shirt that goes to his knees.
That's old style. You got to have like long shirts to cover kind of the. Yeah, they're very.
Because Bilal, your crotch has been dropped.
Yeah.
You
You're
can't
not old.
just...
It's old. You're old enough now. It's dropped. Go to the sports section and get a jersey from one of the sports guys here.
I'll post this. I am Toddy Tickles. I just want to. I'm going to do a little Insta video story.
Little tickles.
Little tick.
Little tickles.
I don't know. That sounds so creepy.
How about lunatickles?
Lunatickles.
Why do I think you probably wore these to your grade 8 graduation and they were in a box somewhere?
I only got them since I worked with Todd.
Okay, all right. That's it.
Be honest.
So this is
Is
Todd's
Todd
fault.
making you wear those pants?
Yes.
No. He suggested.
Is he withholding your paycheck unless you dress
Show me
like
on the
him?
dolly where Todd said put those pants on.
No, he's not.
What's next? You're going to grow your hair out, get a big nose? Like, what else are you going to try and
I already
do?
have a big weird nose. That's all
Yeah,
right.
I like these two assholes fucking talking about their hair in front of you and me, huh?
Yeah.
Their superior genetics. Oh, you going to grow your hair out? I just wipe my head with a rag.
We're rubbing it in.
But I like it. You're making efforts, Bilal.
Yeah. No, I won this shirt, but I didn't plan the pants. And
You won the shirt?
Yeah.
The shirt is nice.
What do you got, the
It is
X?
nice.
What do you mean you won the shirt?
When we did the fantasy sports show.
I would have believed winning the pants, but the shirt.
Yeah.
That's a great shirt, actually.
Yeah,
You're-
it is
Great
really
shirt. It
nice.
looks really nice on you.
Yeah, 5 dudes agree. That's a nice shirt.
But like you tucked it in a fancy jogging pants.
Yeah.
Wearing his grade 4 like pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
25-year-old shirt, 4-year-old pants.
like Bilal just showed up to
You're
picture
covering
that.
all the bases for date number 3.
Who is this girl?
Are you allowed talking about it?
I'm now allowed talking. About
Okay, all right.
There we go.
All
He was
right.
pussy whipped minus the pussy at first.
Nice.
At first, does that mean?
Wow.
No.
No. But the whipped part came out.
Yeah, got the whip right away.
You're dressing like a guy who's got options. You know what I mean?
Yeah, actually.
I had already won the shirt before I met her. In fairness,
Just take the compliment. Just take the compliment, Bilal.
Is that a custom shirt, though? Is that like custom measured?
Yeah.
That's a nice
Oh,
looking
that's
shirt.
why
Yeah.
It's a fitted shirt. Wait a second. What did I just notice?
I got
no.
initials.
Show Frosty. Look at that.
Oh wait.
A monogram
I don't know
cuff.
where it is.
Oh.
Come on.
Whoa.
Did you not know that, Tickles?
You put TS on it. It's so weird.
That's hilarious. You've gone from a kid who used to show up here dressed like you're somebody's child that we found out on the street. Now you've got monogram cuffs
You know what's
tucked
great?
into your fancy pants.
The top is very Italian, the bottom is very North Korea. That's what's great. You're very international. You're very international. It's
This
nice.
is great. Yeah, man. I love it. We haven't even broken down the rest of it. Like, there's no belt or nothing. It's just a
Nope.
cinch string right there.
You know, don't take this the wrong way, but you kind of look like, I don't want to be stereotypical here, but I actually, because it's like a cool look and some modern and different and stuff, you look like a Bollywood star today. Like, you look like
no.
you're coming
I
with
hate
star
Bollywood
power.
movies.
Do you?
Bollywood.
Oh,
The worst
shit.
thing you could probably
Get a
Wow.
tree,
I
so
just
you
don't
can
like
jump
movies.
behind and sing. Come on.
You look good is what I'm saying. You
Yeah,
look like
you look good.
you got some star power today.
Absolutely.
I
I
guess.
think that's a handsome Bilal. This is the most handsome Bilal we've ever known.
But let's be honest here. If we're all
This is
acting this way right now, how shitty do you normally look? Like everyone is like going, "Holy shit, you look good, man! Wow. You do not have a piece of toilet paper hanging under the bottom of your pants today. You're good. You're put together, man."
What are you going to do for the next date?
I want to take her to the rec room, but she's not like healthy enough to go right now.
Well, hold on. What? You don't gloss over that.
Are you preying on sick lady? What's going on?
No, you got sick after the second date. That's not my fault that I know of. No, it's definitely not my fault.
Shirt is candlelight dinner, pants Chuck E. Cheese. So take a choice. Make a choice.
Yeah, buddy. You can't have it both ways.
No.
No, so you're not going to see this combination.
You're dressed
again.
like a Backstreet Boy on the bottom and their manager up top. You know?
Yeah.
So true, actually.
Wow.
So wait, what's going on? So you went on did you go on a date last night?
I don't know if you'd call it a date. Like I went to her place to like give her company because she was unwell.
Give her company?
Give her
How do you
company.
give her company? Was it in a box?
How did you propose that?
Like,
No, it was
gave
her
her
idea.
company
Milady, you're not feeling well. May I please go tend to you, my dear?
and give you company?
That would have actually been better.
Shit.
It was it was her
And
idea.
the date ends at medieval times. It'd be perfect.
So what happened?
I went there.
With your jousting pants.
Jousting pants?
I wore,
Was this last night?
I wore a belt yesterday.
Are those her pants?
Oh.
No.
Is this the walk of shame? Is this
Now you
Bilal's
wear a
version
belt.
of the walk of shame? He just goes home with pajamas.
Yeah, you've got half of her clothes on right now, don't you?
No, not at all.
Well, that's nice. So you took it. Did you bring your chicken soup or anything?
No, I asked her, and she already had somebody he had a friend who had already ordered her soup.
Another dude?
No,
What
I don't know. I'm not that.
do you don't know?
I'm not that insecure.
Right.
Anybody?
There's not another guy presenting company or offering her company?
Look at his outfit. We know he's not insecure.
I'm not going to lose it on some random soup delivery. I'm not worried about that.
Random soup delivery.
Wow.
That's what I call getting cheated on, too.
Yeah.
Baby, who's been delivering soup when I'm not around?
Yeah.
That clam chowder. I had to go there. I'm sorry.
There we go.
Mine looks like Italian wedding. I gotta get checked out.
One looks like oatmeal. Don't take in enough liquid, Bilal.
Should only be 2
A lot of
balls
red
in mine.
meat. Okay, a lot of steak, a lot of raw steak.
Yeah.
Oh,
Rice pudding.
That's so gross. Can we stop actually? Because now I'm picturing it coming out. Like I'm actually
Yeah,
all
sure.
of it.
Yeah.
But we wish you luck with it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was hilarious and inspirational.
Yes.
Man, Frosty's been married for like 10, 15 years. He's probably got
15
all,
years.
yeah, he's got all
15
sorts
years.
of advice.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
Like, don't wear the pants
Yeah, I know.
and don't offer people your company. Just show up. Be you. Be you. Don't offer your company. You're good enough. You're strong enough.
Can I ask you an honest question? Have you ever been ever in your life to a female's home?
See, I didn't even need you to finish that sentence.
No. Have you ever?
Never.
No.
You're 20. You're 30. How old are you?
29.
And you've never entered into someone else's home who's like just a friend, like dating or
Well,
whatever.
maybe a friend, but not in a dating
Dating.
capacity for sure.
There we
Wow.
go. It's big first, man.
Okay.
Good idea on her part.
Yeah, good
I would
idea.
have thought of that.
Yeah.
You lost like your visitation virginity last night. Like,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah, you better get a bag of cherries because you're going to pop a lot, it sounds like.
Would have been great if there was just like a thin membrane on the other side of the door.
Like that episode of Stranger Things, you just go into another land. The unknown.
First
What's it called?
experience.
I can't remember that.
The underworld.
The
or
underworld.
The
that's
upside
it.
down.
Oh,
man.
that's it. Oh, fuck! If you wore the upside down, that'd be great, Bilal, today.
Your pants might save you in that environment.
But you've been crushing. You've been doing well on Tinder. Every time I talk to you, you say you got another Tinder day. You got a girl.
No.
No, now
Now he's
like,
afraid that she's listening.
Yeah.
Then
Yo,
set him
man,
off.
don't fuck with my shit. No, I mean in like recent months. I don't mean recent days. If she's listening right now, Bilal has not been bragging about being promiscuous with multiple women. He's not just visiting anyone, okay?
Yeah.
Not visiting anyone else. No. I've obviously I'm focused on her, but I would say in the last 6 months I've gotten better. I've gotten more matches. Like
focus, like you wear eyeglasses around here. Like, what does that mean? I'm more focused on her. You're either in or you're out.
No,
Are you
I'm
in
fully
with this girl?
focused on her.
Okay, that's good.
yeah.
So that's nice.
Good clarification.
Right.
But yeah, there you go. Save that one.
Wow.
Well, when it drips, it gets a little wet, as opposed to raining and pouring. But
Yeah.
hey, buddy, that's good. And now, has she seen the shirt?
No.
No.
You want to text her right now? I'll take a pic.
No, that's.
I'll
we
take
got
a
to call.
pic.
We gotta
Oh, we got a
Let's put it
call.
on. Hanging out
All
with Ben Miner, and that's an interesting phone number. And Darren Frost. How you doing? You're on the air.
Hey, how's it going? It's Harvey Weinstein here.
Oh, jeez.
There you
I
go.
can only imagine where
Yep.
this is going. Hi,
Get the dump buddy ready.
I'm just calling. I needed to give Bilal some advice.
okay, Harvey.
So, Bilal, what date are you taking this girl on?
You sound a lot like Barack Obama.
No. Look, what you need to do is you need to turn the shower on.
I'm afraid.
Once you set the shower on, you got to light some candles. And then you got to... Hey, what the fuck are you... Oh, sorry, that's my lawyer. I got to go.
That was brutal comedy.
I didn't mind it.
All that for that?
No, because
Yeah.
I'm glad. I thought he was going to go pervy, right?
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
was ready to dump that.
Yeah.
I was ready to dump
I had
that.
I thought he was going
Dump
to
buddy.
Charlie Sheen it.
Yeah.
Well, did you hear about that, Ben Miner? Darren Frost just broke this news to me in the green room.
So,
allegations.
the last 2 weeks, Corey Feldman is coming out and saying all these things, and finally have named some of the the accusers of who have touched him in the past. And Corey Haim died and never publicly said who was the one who raped him as a child. And they always said it was on the set of Lucas. And now today, just this afternoon, they've now identified it was Charlie Sheen.
Man, that's all alleged, or is that like official?
Alleged. Let's say that.
You know where that tiger blood came from? Cubs.
Charlie Sheen raped 13-year-old. God, that sounds so gross when you read it. It's a headline, though, from the Daily Mail.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen. Why are you laughing? What are you laughing at? Daily Mail's pretty legit, actually. Like Daily Mail.
They do.
Listen, TMZ's legit now. Like
Sure.
TMZ started off as not legit, and now everyone goes to their TMZ to get news. I'd say CNN's become the big tabloid, if anything. I hate talking about this, especially like it's just so gross to me. But anyway, on the set of the movie Lucas, a friend of the late child actor claims.
Yes.
So, and then it goes into details.
That Corey Haim told him it was Charlie Sheen and that he died, and so he can't ever say it was. And Corey Feldman knows the truth. So we'll see what Corey Feldman says. The thing about the whole Corey Feldman thing is, for me, the last 10 years, I've always sided with him on all this shit. Yeah, he's a weirdo. Yeah, he wears the clothes of the last person who probably touched him. It's kind of weird. But, he is a victim. It was a terrible thing that happened to him, and everybody treated him like a joke. But guess what? It's all fucking coming out now.
Yeah, people are acting
it's all coming out.
Why is this guy acting so odd and weird and disassociated? Well, maybe he's been through some shit, man.
Todd Bridges, different strokes. There's a reason he went all crazy. He said he was touched as a child. So, I mean, these are all
and
issues.
Haim, too, died early from drug abuse.
Yes.
And Toronto guy.
Yes,
Like, I literally used to skateboard with the guy all the time, actually. Way in like when I was like 11. Former actor Dominic Braskia claims Haim disclosed it to him, what happened between him and Sheen. Braskia went on the record about what he says Haim told him before he died in 2010 at 38 years old. Anyway, it's all just so gross.
It's awful.
And you know what? Either way, and I say this often, not to get too serious on the program today with Ben Miner here and Darren Frost. But no, I'm very honest. Like, because when we're talking about this shit, I don't know how to make jokes about it, but I always remind people that if this stuff has ever happened to you, which is terrible, it's tragic, it's gross, it's wrong, it's illegal. And I just want to make sure that when you see these stories of celebs coming out, or stories in the Daily UK, or hashtags on Twitter and stuff, make sure that you don't only go on that route. Talk to someone professionally. Talk to someone, because I think that's my fear, is that people are just going to do it on that way and get instant gratification from a few likes and stuff. But 6 months down the road, it's actually not doing anything for them healing and rehabilitating from something so terrible. So that's I like putting that out there. Anyway, that's just me being.
To me, the idea that now, like, the only reason all this is really coming forward is because a lot of these people have careers, right? Like the Anthony Rapp. He had a career. If he didn't have a career, Kevin Spacey would still be fine. Yeah. They'd say he's a bitter actor. He didn't make it anywhere. But because he has a legitimate career and people respect him, it's now we're trusting the victim. Whether it all started with Bill Cosby 2 years ago and all that stuff, at least we're now putting a lot of emphasis on believing the victim. So hopefully more people will come out.
Well, and that's a good part, is the emphasis on believing the victim. Yes. And they're still alleged, and everyone put that up, but there will be sort of your due diligence into the stuff and the legal diligence, and hopefully these fucking assholes who abuse power will be discovered and found out, and that will... It's so gross to say, Ben Miner, but that's the thing that's going to stop other people from doing it. Isn't that gross? Because of the fear that it will come out. It's sad to say that, but
it's all fucked. And Hollywood's a cesspool, so it'll be nice to see that get cleaned up. And we've always heard the stories and rumors and allegations, but at some point somebody's got to stop talking and start doing.
Yep. Did you hear Drake came out with a whole story today? I don't know if he's just capitalizing on all this, but he talked about how Harvey Weinstein pursued him to be in a movie called The Heist and wanted him as like the main guy and the producer and everything, and he goes and sort of vets all the people he does work with, and he's at that point in his career, and he vetted it and said, I'm not working with this creep,
right?
And that I actually love to hear that, because then there's the Afflecks and the Clooney's, guys I used to idolize, and the Damons and stuff, and it's like, well, wait a second, what didn't they know as all this went on?
You got to vet your career. I bet you've turned down some stuff where you're like, I can't do this, man. They'll see my act and they'll get angrier.
Sure. Sure. I mean, I know I've been fired for my act, so I know what to look for. You know, I have to be very honest on any job that I get now. Hey, this stuff is out there. Make sure you go see it, then hire me. Because you put all your fucking eggs in a basket and then you get fired. Shitty.
Yeah, I don't vet anything. I take whatever I can.
I just started vetting stuff. I just turned down like an audition for these people wanting me to go out for like a cartoon, which I was all about. Then I found out it was like a super religious, fundamental Christian cartoon, and they're quoting like proverbs and shit. I was like, I don't think this is for me.
No.
It's not, and I don't think that they would like to Google me and find out what I do when I'm not voicing some kind of Jesus fish. You know,
that's fair. But then the whole Chef South Park example is just terrible. You know, he appeared in like 100 episodes where you're making fun of every other religion, but when it's your own religion, you're like, oh, that's too much. I'm quitting. That's fucking pretty shitty.
Yeah, I agree. Well, that's what people do. They personalize humor. We got to stop doing that. You laugh at 99% of the stuff, and the one thing that hits you.
Everybody gets mad. Look at Larry David. Larry David took shit for his monologue on SNL.
Yes.
When Larry like, at what point do you stop taking shit as a comedian? Because Larry David has literally written more episodes of television than anybody else. And it's all been comedy. SNL, The Seinfeld, The Curb Your Enthusiasm. He's regarded by many, and most comedians I know, as the greatest television comedy writer of all time. He's considered to be the best of us in the upper echelons.
Well, definitely this last half century. I mean, Norman Lear.
Yeah,
Norman Lear is probably the number one.
But that guy takes shit for a joke?
Yeah, if Larry...
that guy takes shit. What fucking hope do we have?
Everyone's fucked, exactly.
Because he's like the Pope of comedy. He's on the Mount Rushmore, and he's taking shit.
I always think when they did the original Curb Your Enthusiasm, which is based on something he did or used to do during stand-up, where he would like go, gauge an audience, and then just say, fuck it. That's vetting an audience. You know, like he would literally get up on stage, look around, and go, and just walk out. Right. And that was the original Curb Your Enthusiasm, if they ever saw the pilot episode that led to the great series.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm sure while he was doing the SNL, that was probably going in the back of his head, going, why am I even bothering? Or
now,
maybe
you know
he doesn't care.
The story, the byproduct of the Curb show? There's a documentary on Netflix. I think it's called One Shot. And they were shooting an episode at the ballpark. You know, the episode, the famous one where he gets the prostitute to sit in the lane.
I love
right? That episode. Because they were filming that day in at the ballpark, they have footage of a guy that was up for murder. And if they didn't have that footage of them filming that day, the guy would still be in jail. It's an amazing documentary. I believe it's called One Shot, and Larry David's interviewed in it, saying, I can't believe this. If we weren't there that day, this guy would be still in jail. You know, it's a pretty amazing story.
Well, but you're right, Ben. Everyone's fucked.
Yeah, man. We're all fucked. Larry David. Fucking Larry David takes shit for trying to be funny.
He looks at his bank account and he goes, I don't give a fuck, and he just walks on. That's his next thing.
Yeah, fuck your money is great.
Buys himself some drop pants, tucks in his fancy monogram shirt, and calls it a fucking day. My name's Bilal.
I'm going to present you with my, what was it again? My company.
The lady.
You know what? Why do I feel like Larry would love you and want you on Curb, actually?
Oh, yeah.
Ben, quickly, what's going on with the station? What can we look forward to here on Canada Laughs Ch.168 and stuff going on with you?
We got the 12 months of Bilal coming out in January.
Whoa.
And it's going to be really
That's
nice.
a calendar.
We had to repeat a couple different months. We just photoshopped the color of the shirt, but you'll know which is which.
Wow.
At the channel, lots of cool stuff is happening right now. We got an interview I did with Danny Polischuk, from the show. I did a long interview with him, talking about all the controversy he went through. That's going to be airing on Comic Strip this Saturday, 8 o'clock. We got Shirley Nome coming through to promote a new album. I was telling Bilal about that. She's going to drop by your show as well. She's going to be doing the rounds all over Canada Laughs, and she's with 604 Records. Phenomenal comic, really, really good. Other than that, man, we're just locked and loaded for the new year, for the holidays. We're going to be producing some cool specials, a whole bunch of stuff. We've been all over the country this year recording comedy festivals like Sudbury, LOL, Moncton Subcap Festival, and Odd Block out in Winnipeg. So we got a lot of specials coming out. Just tune into the channel. You know it's kick-ass, but it's about to get even more kick-ass.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and always updating the system, and I know Bilal's a big part of that, helping update the system with new routines and new bits and new comedians, and always keeping it super fresh.
Yeah, man, we always, there's new stuff in every week. Ask Bilal.
Yeah, I got to catch up.
Yes, you do.
he's been too busy bringing people company.
Quit fucking around with the pants and get my shit done, Bilal.
I'll get on it.
Well, thanks for hanging out. Ben Miner. Make sure you go and follow this guy at Ben Miner.
Yeah, man.
At Ben Miner. By the way, I meant to talk to you. We never talked to you, but that Bauer ended up having a better year this year, right? Anyway,
Did he
that's all
really,
I'm saying.
Bauer?
Yeah,
We'll
from
start
Cleveland.
some more shit with them.
They didn't win the World Series, but he actually did okay in the playoffs. Anyway, Ben had an old thing.
I trended in Cleveland because of feuding.
It's like the only place in the world you don't want to trend, you know.
Listen, I'll trend where it'll take me, man.
All right, back in a second here at Darren Frost, and we look forward to hanging out with you today. Angelo
Sarukas.
I know. Sarukas.
Yeah.
Bilal, give me my pants back.
It's a silent T.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the Odd Shapiro Show. Back in a moment.
You're listening to the Todd Shapiro